to Hey Kentucky. As we mentioned, Matt's down in Nashville covering the Cats and the fans in the SEC tournament. You're going to hear more from him and Drew Franklin over the next 2 nights.
But before they left, Matt and Drew broke down the potential matchups in the SEC tournament.
So the SEC tournament is kicking off tonight. Drew Franklin and I are here to kind of break down the action. Before we get started with the bracket, let me ask you this. How do you think Kentucky looks going into the tournament?
Kentucky's looking good. Got a good win streak going. I believe 8 games. Overwhelming favorite, I'd say. I think they're.
You think they're overwhelming favorite?
I think they'll be holding the trophy on Sunday for the 1 billionth time or whatever it is.
I think you're probably right. Give me one team that's your sleeper.
Vandy, if we can call them a sleeper. They've been playing really well lately.
I would say Vandy, too. I saw Vandy is 33-1. I may throw some coin down on Vandy. 33-1. I mean, you got a shot. All right, let's get started. The games tonight, they all suck, but we still got to pick them. Mississippi State starts against LSU.
Unfortunately, this is the last time we see Johnny Jones at LSU. It was a good run for him. I don't know how he's still there.
It was a terrible run.
But, yeah, I'm afraid they go down. And
all right, Mississippi State moves on. Missouri and Auburn. Kim Anderson, Missouri coach, gone. Bruce Pearl, they going to win?
Auburn's going to win, yes. Kim Anderson. Nice seeing you. Enjoy.
Bruce Pearl, they should have been better. They should have been better this year than they were. Now we go to Thursday. Tennessee and Georgia. Kentucky will get the winner. Georgia, we don't know if Maton is going to play or not. Who do you think wins?
Mark Fox said today is 50-50, which is a little better than it sounded when injury first happened. I think Georgia wins even if they don't have him, but I would be interested if he plays.
I agree with you. I think Georgia wins this game either way. If they're going to have a shot at Kentucky in the next round, I think he's got to play. But I think they can win this one even without him, sort of like you. So we're going to move Georgia on. All right, Alabama, Mississippi State, a game that will put most of America to sleep. Who do you got?
I'm going to go Mississippi State.
Oh, really?
A little upset coming out of the Wednesday games.
A little upset.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I'll tell you what. I was going to pick Alabama, but I'll tell you what, just to keep things interesting and to we'll let Drew Franklin win this tie. We will send Ben Howland on to the next round. Texas A&M and Vanderbilt. Now, these are the last 2 teams Kentucky has played. Both of them gave Kentucky a scare. Who do you think wins this one?
I'm going to go Vanderbilt. They're playing hot right now. A&M is a little better than they have been, but I still think Vandy wins in their home city.
Here's the only problem. I think Vandy can win the whole tournament, but they could lose this game because Texas A&M is built in such a way that they can create matchup problems. I think Vandy wins. Here's one of the secrets. When Vandy plays at night in Nashville, they do better because then all the people that just work there will come to the games.
That helps the crowd?
So it helps the crowd. So I'm going to think it's a Vandy home game and they win. Ole Miss and Auburn, Andy Kennedy, Bruce Pearl, good chances the 2 coaches fight at some point during this game.
Oh, you're predicting that one?
It could be. I get 10-1 odds.
I'll go Ole Miss with Sebastian Saez inside. He's having a big year.
Ole Miss, Andy Kennedy, if you don't know, has fought just about everyone at some point, including students. Are you surprised he keeps his job all the time?
Yeah, I mean, they just they stay at 500. And other than the fighting, he's been all right, I guess.
I guess the idea is if you're at Ole Miss, you know, how bad can it be? It's like the best college town in the South. Now, Kentucky opens up their play against Georgia. If Maton plays, I'm concerned about this game, to be honest with you. If he doesn't, I'm not. What do you got?
I mean, Maton's big for them, but J.J. Frazier, I do not want to see that guy
I don't want to play him again.
He is so good. I think Kentucky will get him, but that guy, he concerns me.
You could make a case Georgia should have beaten Kentucky twice this year.
That's right.
But I'm going to move Kentucky on, but I do think that can be a tough game. You've got Mississippi State, South Carolina. I usually say this is the opening round game. You've got it in the quarters. What do you got?
I'll go South Carolina.
All right, I'm going to say South Carolina as well. But if Alabama wins against Mississippi State, I think they'd win. But we'll move South Carolina on. Vandy, Florida. Vandy's beaten Florida twice. Do they get them a third time?
It's tough to beat a team 3 times. I like how Vandy's playing right now, but I think Florida gets them.
You know, if it was Vandy against anyone else, I would pick Vandy. But how do you beat a team 3 straight times, especially a good team like Florida? And then we end up here with Ole Miss, Arkansas. Arkansas has not played as well in the last week. What do you think?
Mike Anderson gets it done. Arkansas moves on.
I'm trumping you. I'm saying Ole Miss wins, goes to the next round, and we're moving them since we took yours last time. So that gets us to Kentucky and South Carolina. I'm not worried about this game if the Cats get there. How about you?
It'll be a brutal, ugly, boring game, but Kentucky will win that one to advance to the big one.
And South Carolina's played pretty terribly over the last 2 weeks.
They do have that Sindarius Thornwell. He's tough.
I think Kentucky wins easy. You go to the next round, Ole Miss, Florida. Can Andy Kennedy pull off an upset?
I think you've got him going farther than I would anyway. He'll drop that one to Florida.
So that
and
means
maybe yell at a fan.
We both believe Kentucky and Florida play in the finals. They've split it. Florida won the first game by a ton. Kentucky won the second one after being down big. Third time a charm. I mean, like, I kind of think this is a tough thing for Kentucky to have to beat them again. What do you think?
I think Malik Monk's going to like that big game, big Sunday game with the trophy on the line. I think he plays well and carries Kentucky to win.
So you would say Kentucky wins, what would that be, 5 of the last 6 SEC championships or
sounds
something
about
like that?
right.
Is that what you believe?
And $1 million overall. I would say.
Yeah, I think you win it. I think they win it too. I think it'll get them a high 2 seed, and they'll end up in the Memphis bracket with North Carolina. So that's what we believe here. We will, by the way, be starting Thursday and Friday at the SEC tournament. Drew and I doing the shows. We'll see you then. Now let's send it back to Lee and Mary Jo.
What valuable insight, boys. It'd have been more credible if you wore pants, though, and I know you weren't. Mary Jo got him on that, by the way. You can't beat a team 3 times, but they easily said it when it was Kentucky,
Well, Kentucky
didn't they?
can beat Georgia
Yeah,
3 times.
Yeah,
so
we
there
get
go.
you guys on that one.